What's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and this is your NFL Week 4 Core 5. That's right, 5 plays to build around on DraftKings in NFL Week 4. Let's get started with Omarion Hampton, who is thrust into the starting role. He was already the starter, but like the full blast role for the Chargers in a road matchup as a favorite against the Giants here. I love this spot. 7 targets was the most impressive thing for me for Omarion Hampton last week. Of course, he got the 19 carry. Look at the volume spike. That's what we want with a core play, and price down at 5,900. Super reasonable. And with the spectacular matchup against the Giants week 1. Core play number 1, Omarion Hampton. Let's keep it going at the running back position with newly minted lock button every down back, Cam Skattebo. Check out those targets. 8 targets, 6 receptions last week. Got a bunch of carries. Tyrone Tracy got hurt in last week's game, which means Cam Skattebo is going to give us the full workload for NFL Week 4. You got the Giants switching quarterbacks to an exciting, rookie in Jackson Dart. I think it'll help the offense. I hope so. They're at home for this one. Is the matchup spectacular against the Chargers? No, but this is a home game for the Giants. And if they could play competent ball at all, Skattebo's going to do really well. Now, they might not play competent. They're running out a rookie quarterback, but we're going to have to trust a little bit in the process here and all of those targets. And Skattebo did pretty darn good last week when they were stinking it up. So I can't imagine that he'll do worse at home. New quarterback, new feelings for the team and the whole deal. All right, continuing on. Player number 3 in the core 5 for NFL Week 4. We got Puka Nacua. Puka just gets it done every single week. Now they have a tough opponent in terms of a Colts team that can score quickly, doesn't play a whole lot of defense, but since they can score quickly, I expect that the Rams will have to be answering, and when they want to answer, it is Puka. 15 targets last week, 11 targets week 1. He doesn't even need touchdowns in order to put up monster scores, but oh my goodness, when the touchdowns come, we're going to be up in the 30s. Puka is basically a DFS cheat code right now. There's no reason not to be using him. Load him up in your lineups, NFL Week 4. Next up, we have Drake London. Now, this one's a little bit dangerous. The Falcons offense looked terrible. Michael Penix looked absolutely out of sync last week. Is he terrible? I don't know. But Drake London's salary has consistently come down. Started at $6,500. Now we're sub $6K in that $5,700 range. And there's just something about when a player who was probably correctly valued in the $6,500 range drops below, and no more 6 on that name. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that is a real thing. We are going to get a bargain price on Drake London. No one wants to roster him, but he has not been that bad. Again, 15 targets week 1. Of course, week 1, there was no Darnell Mooney. There's no one else to throw to, so we have to throw that aside. But, we're coming off an 8-target affair, a disastrous game for the Falcons at Carolina last week. But even with that terrible game, Drake London was not that bad. He got you 10, all right. It didn't help you win anything, but at least he was involved in game action. So I like the discount, and I'm going to go right back to what I call stud off of a dud, where the dud has been pretty much his whole season, but it's got to turn around for Drake London, and I like the spot here for a turnaround. Keeping it going, the rare defense, and I have 2 bonus players that are coming up after this, but the rare defense, core defense this week, the Texans. Listen, we have to continue to target the Titans. Their quarterback makes a lot of mistakes. He throws a lot of interceptions. Young quarterback. I'm not judging him. Don't know if he's going to be good, not good, or whatever. But Texans defense is already a good defensive unit, a very, very good defensive unit. And when a good defense goes up against kind of what I'd call a bad quarterback or an inexperienced quarterback, beautiful things happen. We saw it last week with the Vikings and Browning. The Vikings defense absolutely broke the slate if you use them, and that's because they were going up against effectively a back route or a low experience quarterback who made a ton of mistakes. So the rare core defense. Now, guys, I've got a couple of other plays that I want to bonus plays. At wide receiver, Rome Odunze. Just going right back to Caleb's WR1. Now, he doesn't quite make the straight core list because he's really somebody I want to tie in with Caleb and lock them in more as a QB wide receiver stack. But Rome Odunze, averaging about 8.5 targets per game so far to start the season. He's been really good, but he's been the first look for Caleb in most spots. So I think he'll keep that going. But that is more of a stack with Caleb. And finally, and this guy almost made it, and I kind of think he should be on there. Trevion Henderson, 5,200, super cheap, gets the nut matchup with the Panthers. All we need is for the Patriots to unleash this beast. I think they should. All logic tells me they will. Ramondre fumbling and stumbling and bumbling last week. And then they bring in Antonio Gibson. Who? What? That guy's still in the league, and he fumbles it. They wanted to do everything except give the rock to Trevion. I don't like it. The Patriots coaching staff needs to know that it's Trev season, not to screw around with anything else. If we can see even a 65% snap share for Henderson against the Panthers, we could get the Omarion Hampton style breakout from Trevi. So not a core play, but an almost core play for NFL Week 4. Guys, that's going to do it for your Core 5 NFL Week 4. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel here. We've got DFS content coming out consistently. And of course, if you want to check out DFS Army and all of the tools and everything we have to offer, including, most importantly, our Discord, our domination station, all that great stuff, promo code GEEK, 10% off. I'll see you guys next time.